Mr. Burns.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman. My name is Robert Burns. I founded the blog Sound Off Louisiana, and it's been largely concentrated in state police for the last probably 6 years. I attend every state police commission meeting. I videotape them, and they're provided out to the public. And that's, in terms of oversight, that's what I'm going to constrain my remarks to.
Thank you.
With regard to the State Police Commission. I can only say that from my vantage point of having been attending these meetings for now 5 years, and I've missed very, very few, maybe two, the problem with the State Police Commission, in my opinion, is that it is way, way, way too political. And what I mean by that is there was the first meeting I attended, there was an executive director, and there was a push to terminate her. And I compiled, between the next 3 meetings, an 11-minute video of those 3 minutes of highlights. It should be the biggest embarrassment, in my opinion, of anything I've ever seen. I've lived in Louisiana all of my life, 58 years. I have never seen anything that embarrassing. And I will follow that up with 2 of the commissioners who led that push. A few meetings later, and I will admit I did the videotaping because I was given a tip that they would be checking into a swank hotel to have, well, they were checking into a hotel, put it that way. So that was all being paid for with taxpayer money. That executive director did sue the State Police Commission, and I recently did a feature. I have to do an awful lot of public records requests in order to do the features that I do. And I would like to compliment all 3 of the employees who work at the State Police Commission, Mr. Hanneman, Ms. Christie, and Ms. Debbie. They have been nothing but cordial to me. I couldn't ask for more cooperation. It doesn't change what I believe is a fundamentally flawed system that exists with the State Police Commission. And
Burns,
that lawsuit wound up running $270,000 of taxpayer funds.
Let me ask you this, though. When you say it's way too political, what do you think we could do to make it better?
I'm going to be blunt. I know Senator Boutros talked briefly about fixing it, and I thought Senator Fields was very, very diplomatic in the comments that he made. I don't believe it's fixable. Now that's my take from what I've observed. I honestly do not believe this is fixable. And I'll give you a perfect example. The state troopers, the Troopers Association, they are very, very adamant that they should be able to make political campaign contributions. So much so that they have sued the State Police Commission over the right to make those political contributions. And the attorney for the LSTA, Floyd Falcon, has said, look, all we're trying to do is be just like the sheriffs. Well, here's what's lost in it. Here's the fallacy of that argument. As I'm sure all of you know, if a sheriff decides you're going to be terminated, you're gone. It's that simple. What's trying to be done here is that, well, we want to have the same rights and privileges that they do. Oh, but by the way, don't touch our civil service protection. I would support wholeheartedly. If you want to make political campaign contributions, make as many as you'd like, but forfeit the job protection, because that's why civil service was set up in the first place. That litigation, if I remember right, is probably going to go to trial later this year. I'm the only media outlet who has ever even reported on the fact that the Louisiana State Troopers Association is suing the Louisiana State Police Commission over the right to make campaign contributions. So I just believe that maybe it is possible to fix it.
Well, excuse me, ma'am. Let Mr. Burns finish.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't even know she was there. Maybe it's possible to fix it, but it's beyond my ability to, and I've observed it for 5 years. I could tell you other things that have happened, but
Well,
I'm not going to spare your
appreciate,
time.
no, and I appreciate the time you've spent. You're educating me and the rest of the committee, and it sounds to me like maybe it's your suggestion, even though it's in the Constitution, that the state police would be under the civil service system versus their own commission. Is that what you're saying?
That would absolutely be what I'm saying. Ultimately, in my opinion, and this may be too nuclear to happen, but I believe civil service protection should be done away with for all state employees. Colonel Davis once said, and I believe he said it very eloquently at a commission meeting, and I have it on video. He said, look, Chairman Simeon had said that, well, we have to distinguish, say, shoplifting from a more serious crime in terms of punitive measures. And Colonel Davis came up and said, look, he said, if the members of the public, when they say, I lose my job over shoplifting, and I don't have all of these rights to be reinstated in all of this. And he said, and I'm sure he'll come up and back it because he knows he said it, and I thought he was spot on when he said it. He said, the public is getting the perception that police officers are being treated special. That's a verbatim quote, and Colonel Davis, you're welcome to come up and correct me if I missed a word or two, but that's verbatim. The public is getting the perception that police officers are being treated special. And I can tell you this, I believe, let the people decide. Sure, it does take a constitutional amendment to terminate or to get this state police commission out of existence. If it makes it through the legislature with those 2/3 votes from each body, I got a couple $100 of bills here I'll put on the table that says the people will pass it. So,
Well, I appreciate all the time you've put in and for coming forward with these recommendations. Let me see if any of the members have any questions for you.
yes, sir, thank you for the opportunity to address you.
I don't see any questions at this time, but thank you, Mr. Burns, for coming today.
Thank you.